are back, looking for the best products and businesses America has to offer. If they hear a great idea, they're ready to invest using their own money.
This business is a cash suck.
Now, welcome to hell. You just met the devil.
Isn't a cougar typically older? Because she looks younger than you are.
I'm 35.
But first, the entrepreneurs must convince a shark to invest the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
Phil, you can't do that deal. You'll be wiped out by the time the second round hits.
Well, he's offering $1 million.
Who are the sharks? They're 5 self-made, filthy rich investors. Kevin O'Leary is a venture capitalist who started a software business in his basement, which he eventually sold for $3.2 billion. Barbara Corcoran turned a $1,000 loan into a real estate empire worth hundreds of millions in the shark-filled city of Manhattan. Damon John is a fashion and branding expert who grew his homemade hats and t-shirts into the globally recognized fashion brand FUBU. Robert Herjavec, the son of an immigrant factory worker, is now a technology mogul who sold his first internet companies for over $350 million. And Mark Cuban, a self-made billionaire entrepreneur and the outspoken owner of the 2011 NBA champion Dallas Mavericks.
My name's Ryan Custer. I'm from Trophy Club, Texas, and my business is inspired by my beautiful girlfriend. I'm 11 years Dusty's junior, and when I started dating Dusty, it just clicked. Getting the taste of dating a woman, I noticed so many more attributes that she has opposed to a younger woman. She's respectable, she's playful, sexy.
Some of the benefits of being with a younger man, he plays great with my kids.
I am the ultimate entrepreneur. I have gone all in. I have invested 3.5 years of my life. I've invested every cent that I've had. I've liquidated all my retirement accounts, my 401k, swallowed my pride, and continue to live with my roommates.
Hey, Ryan, time to get up. Dad's got breakfast cooking. Come on.
My parents for the past 5 years. Maybe one day I'll be able to move out. You know, I worked my butt off for 3 years developing a product for what women want. The sharks will give me the opportunity to now get that in front of all the women that are asking for it. My name's Ryan Custer. My company is Cougar Limited. Now I'm seeking $150,000 for 30% equity in my company. The Cougar, modern, sexy, confident. Like the woman herself, the term Cougar has become a pop culture phenomenon. What started as a cute phrase has become a true social movement and recognizable brand with a type of awareness that billions of dollars of persuasive advertising and marketing could never buy. Well, I've taken that Cougar term and applied it to one of the fastest growing industries in the food and beverage market. Introducing Cougar Energy Drink for Women. The industry's first gender-specific functional beverage. Cougar's infused with 13 superfruits that gives the cougar stronger hair, skin, and nails. Hormonal balance support, and a list of other anti-aging benefits. Those elements are combined with a female-friendly energy blend that give the cougar a long-lasting energy boost throughout the day with age-defying support. It's also a great mixer. Cougar Tea. With the launch of Cougar comes an even more valuable lifestyle brand. I have secured the Cougar trademark, and it is my vision to introduce multiple age-defying product lines to capitalize on this modern Cougar movement that many women now confidently support.
Isn't a cougar typically older? Because she looks younger than you are.
Well, she's been drinking the Cougar shot for a while now. So.
I'm 35.
35.
Wow, you look great.
Isn't that too young to be a cougar?
Well, actually, if you look at the Webster Dictionary, which
There's an official cougar term.
it's a middle-aged
Middle-aged.
woman that seeks a companionship with a younger male.
What is the age bracket of the cougar you're talking about? Give me the demo market.
30 to 55.
So, Barbara, you used to be a cougar.
Ryan, you said the word launch. So, the word launch to us would mean that it's not out yet.
Yes, sir. It is out. It's
Okay.
out and about. We have distribution in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Is it selling?
Yes, sir, it is. We've done about $60,000 worth of sales.
In what period of time?
About 3 years.
Oh.
Oh. Ooh. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Ryan, can our cougar try it?
Absolutely. She'll actually take you some, but I want you to really look at the labels. The hot pink is in a male-dominated market, so you've got your yellows, your blues, and your reds, so it definitely stands out to the consumer.
Ryan, how many calories in this?
Zero. Zero
And
calories,
what's that
zero
chalky
sugar.
taste I have on my tongue now?
Could be maybe the niacin. Niacin is a detoxifier, so it's got kind of a little chalky taste. You obviously sacrifice flavor for effect.
It tastes like chalk, honestly.
Uh-huh.
I hate to say it's true. I'm out.
Where are you selling them at, Ryan?
We're trying out some 7-Elevens. We've got a Smoothie King. I recently found out that a Curves in Pennsylvania picked it up from Amazon, so...
So you don't have a distributor per se. You're
don't.
making the calls yourself.
Correct.
Isn't the problem with the strategy is you've trimmed your market in two ways. You've said you got to be a woman, and you got to be a cougar, which cuts the market by really 75%. You've reduced your market size down to 25% of the market. Why is that good?
That's good because this was a gap in the market, first of all. There are no gender-specific or a female-like beverage that is non-refrigerated, can be tossed into a woman's purse.
The beverage market is extremely competitive because it turns out that the distributors that control this space get paid very well by the big brands. They get paid to crush cockroaches like you. I'm out.
Does the average woman want to buy a Cougar thing, or is there any element that the woman's going to think, I don't want to buy a Cougar drink, it makes me seem old?
Yeah, that's a great comment. I'm obviously not a female, so I can only use statistics to prove a point. You've got 7.5 million viewers for Cougar Town. You've got big names in Hollywood representing it. You have 100 social dating websites.
Yeah, but you know, Ryan, come on. Look, here's what's going on. You pick a name, and just because you can find a name that has some social attributes to it doesn't make it a business. You know, you've just come out here and just said, look, Cougar's popular, it's a popular term, we all understand it, so if we can slap Cougar on a product, then that makes it work. It doesn't work that way. I'm out. You haven't sold me on it. I don't think women are going to flock to this. I think it's a bit of a gag gift.
If you had 10 million women that bought this product and you start to introduce your canned energy drink,
that's
and
a
then
big if,
Cougarade,
Ryan.
which is...
You went from me buying a gag gift to 10 million women. Look, the other big issue is a $500,000 value on your company. I mean, that's ludicrous.
Well, obviously
Ryan,
consumer brands is going to need capital to bring awareness to it. That's a fact. But I'm standing here to say, hey, those clothing, I designed those myself. I made them in-house myself. Everything that you see.
I'm out.
Appreciate it. This presentation, I hope impressed y'all, and
Apparently not.
thank you for your time.
Good luck, Ryan.
It definitely hurts. Am I going to quit? No. I'll go back home, take a breather, and go sell my energy shots. I'm not giving up. Cougar for life.
Next up is Gary Gagnon with a line of sneakers that is fashionable and responsible.
Hello, Sharks. Nice to meet you. Glad to be here. My name is Gary Gagnon. I'm the founder and creator of Remix. I'm asking for $50,000 for 10% of my company. What I have for you here today is more than just a great product. It's an innovation. It's a sneaker with a purpose. As you can see, I have cool, casual sneakers in strong colors with clever designs for mass market appeal. But I'd have to be crazy to think I'm going to enter the footwear industry to go up against these big sneaker giants. You see, that's where I am crazy. Crazy with the kick that I know only Remix can deliver. What's special here is that Remix is wholly recyclable. That means all parts together can go back into the recycling system, not the trash, for zero landfill impact. Sharks, I'm asking you to be a pioneer. I'm asking you to join me on the ground floor to help make a change in the way we think about sneakers and green living.
Gary, got any sales?
My sales, I would say, are exactly where they would be for any company as new as Remix.
So there's zero.
My sales are zero.
Okay.
I can explain.
Yeah, why don't you?
This 2 years worth of work is only now 3 weeks old.
Gary, is your concept that you're going to set up retail stores? Is your concept that you're going to sell the
component of how to do this to the existing shoe manufacturers? What's the game plan? I mean, you're brand new, you don't have any stores. What's the plan?
Game plan is wholesale. So it's going to go into your big box stores that, just like everybody else, I'll be right next to the other big guys. I'm different, I'm special. They don't have this. Like I said.
May I see that?
Why don't you
absolutely,
and have a tray of sneakers so we can see the product.
Now, give me a pretty color, like the green or the pink.
Got that one just for you. And I do have a size 10 that fits you, I believe, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, these are very cool.
Those are nice purple ones.
Is the logo part of your branding?
Thank you, sir.
Because I love the logo.
I get two. I can wear mine.
The 5 is actually a symbol of the type of material that's used. That's a universal symbol. The recycle symbol is common domain.
Gary, am I allowed to, because this is going to be a bit of a problem. I know in my house, my kids are religious about putting the right stuff in the recycle bin. If I put these shoes in my recycle bin, will the garbage folks pick them up?
So technically, these can go curbside. The processors that receive it, they don't know what a Remix sneaker is yet.
Right.
So what I've offered here, mail it back to me. I can guarantee it gets recycled. I can guarantee it goes into a new pair of sneakers.
My kids would like that. They'd like the idea of putting them in, mailing them somewhere, knowing they're going to get recycled.
How much have you invested in this yourself?
$30,000.
And do you have any other partners, or do you own 100%?
That's it. It's me and my family. I have 2 boys that are 9 and 7, all over Remix with me every day.
Why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to be in fashion, or you want to have a green, you want to contribute?
So first, I need to sell some sneakers. I can't help the world, or the Remix effort that I call it, until we get some fashion out there. So
what are you going to do with the 50,000? And what's the next step? Where I'm leading to is, for you to get out of the gate, you're going to need way more than 50,000.
Ready.
And you have maybe 20 patterns there, I think, to my eye, right?
Yeah, I have 26.
6 sizes each. It's 120 different sneakers. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, let him answer.
That's the $50,000 for the molds.
So it's just for the mold and inventory to get the first order sold.
And then when
No,
that
just for the
goes,
molds, right? No.
Come on. You're going to need well more than, I mean, Damon can talk to this. You're going to need more than 50,000 to build the molds and create
You're
the
not even going to get the money until after you've delivered it. It's sold through, and then they give you basically your money back. So how can you get the molds prior?
The second I get an order, great. 200 pairs, 3,000 pairs, whatever it is, I will make the sizes based on that order that I get.
Right.
So that 50,000 will go a long way.
Gary, is there anything about this process that would be proprietary and patentable that we could, if I was your partner, take to one of the giant shoe manufacturers that has a brand that's known globally? Because one of the things that bothers me the most about this business is any one of the giant 4 can do this in 2 seconds.
I believe there's several patents, just how much you spend on which one to protect the construction of the shoe.
These are not good answers.
They're honest answers.
You got to create
give you an
market.
honest answer.
There's nothing unique that you can license to one of the big shoe companies. That's the answer.
You know, if you did something bad on Earth and went to hell, this is the business you'd have to work in. Competing with the biggest guys all around the world.
I'd have to be crazy to go against
Gary,
them.
why? What's
it's
the
unique,
reason?
It's different, it's a distinction all its own, it hasn't been done. I'm first, let's go. I got a
You should
trademark
go for it,
name.
Gary, but you got a bigger problem. This business is a cash suck, right? That's all the cash. You didn't ask for enough. You know, you may be crazy, but you weren't crazy enough to ask, because even when you build your mold specific to order, right, then you got to do the inventory. And if you get a second order, you got to get even more molds and more inventory.
No, I don't need more molds. Once the molds are done,
Gary, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're going to need millions of dollars to build inventory. These people don't pay on time. Damon, what's the average time a large retailer is going to pay you for an order?
90 days, max.
It's going to be 90 days, but first of all, they're going to test it, number one. Second of all, after 1 month on the shelves, they reduce it by, I think, 10% each week that it stays on the shelf. So before you know it, you got to go over there and start working in the stockroom.
So Gary, that's my problem. If you're successful, you could go bankrupt. I'm out.
Gary, where do you live in the country?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay, it gets cold there in February. You know what I'm thinking? Take these shoes, burn them, stay warm.
You can't burn them. They'll get recycled before they get burnt, but thank you.
Please, I implore you, let me burn these. Please, I'm out.
Gary, you're going to get that first order. You'll make the molds. Then you're going to have to invest in inventory. And you know what? The minute they see that inventory on a shelf somewhere, someone else is going to place an order, and then you're screwed. Because you haven't been able to see far enough out and to plan for it and to ask for enough money, that's why I'm out.
Gary, I just don't buy into your unique sales pitch that recyclable sneakers are a product people want.
There's 300 million shoes thrown away a year.
And
the
I don't think,
sustainability market
and I don't
is
think
huge.
this is unique enough. I'm out.
Sorry to hear that.
So 4 people are out. You've got the fashion guru, FUBU, Mr. Billion-Dollar Fashion Guy left. Do your best sales pitch.
You've been there, Damon. You know what it's like. The difference for me is I'm just starting, just like same trend of action that you might have had.
Do you own the name?
Remix is trademarked, yes.
You own and you do own the website as well?
I have Remix My
Damon,
Sneakers.
are these the shoes from hell?
I like this recycle idea. Unfortunately, the offer I would have to give you, you really would have to be crazy.
He said he was.
Four sharks are out, and Damon is Gary's last chance to make a deal.
The offer I would have to give you, you really would have to be crazy.
He said he was.
For $50,000, I would have to have 80% of the company.
Whoa. Now, welcome to hell. You just met the devil.
No, Damon is not the devil. Damon's a smart businessman. Obviously, to be a partner with you, it'd be a dream come true.
What are you going to do?
To come back to you and say, can we go 50-50 for 100, just so I don't have to come back to you again for the next level of inventory?
You will not have to come back for me for the inventory at all. I will either license it out, put it into my own products, or bankroll whatever we're doing here, so you won't need any more money.
Awesome, and I love to hear that. The last appeal, I'm not trying to have...
I understand. You have to understand what's going on.
I have a family. So my 2 boys, I look at this as I'm the first generation remix. I'd like there to be a second generation remix. Then my boys are very well aware. So I still ask you for 50-50.
The purpose of you asking for 50-50 is for a second generation remix, correct? Well, what I'm going to teach you in this business, you're going to pass on to your boys, and you're going to also have the money. I'm telling you now, and I hate to kill people's dreams, but the direction you're heading, you're going to spend everything that you ever even held aside for them. I'm a family man.
I know.
I'm buying more into you than anything else, and you will teach your boys how to be what you are now and what I am now.
Gary, what are you going to do? Make a decision.
Obviously, I do trust you, and that'd be a dream come true. Does it ever come back to you and say, Gary, I need more percent?
No. No.
50 grand for
Mark,
80%.
will you wear a pair of
Done.
Remix courtside?
Done. Yeah, I like them.
We have a deal.
Good job, Gary.
I just created another job for myself. All right?
You hired him. He paid. How many people get paid to hire Damon? Or
I'm
any
going to believe you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's a good
Nice
deal,
job,
Gary.
Gary.
Congratulations.
Thank you for all your support. You too, Kevin.
Congratulations.
Thanks to you.
Thanks for the shoes.
And I wear a size 12.
Boys, we've talked about Remix many times. It's happening. We got Damon. We got you. Thank you, boys, for your support.
Earlier this season, we watched Alashay Nelson make a deal with Damon John and Mark Cuban for his company, Easy VIP, a website where you can buy VIP treatment at nightclubs and special events.
I'll sweeten it a little bit. I will bring an A-list artist to it.
Let's see what they're up to now.
So today I'm in Miami where Al is joining me for an important lunch meeting, and I have a surprise that is going to blow his mind. What's happening? Yeah, everything was good. When we did the deal, I said I was going to bring an A-list artist, and I am a man of my word.
Where are you going with this, man?
Introducing
Where are you going with this?
Armando, a.k.a. Mr. Worldwide, a.k.a. Pitbull. Pitbull, the international superstar whose songs have topped the Billboard charts, has agreed to be the face of Easy VIP.
And when Damon, brought the opportunity to the table, I said I definitely want to be involved one way or another.
With his endorsement, Easy VIP will be the go-to website for everything nightlife.
Something that can be global, and something that can give those that never had VIP easy VIP.
Exactly. When Pitbull walked up, I was like, oh my God, that's Mr. Worldwide, that's Pitbull. And for him to be a part of my company, it's great, you know?
You know, Pitt's a very shrewd businessman. He cannot and will not align himself with many brands. He's very decisive, but he also thought of many other ways to expand Easy VIP.
Great.
You got to buckle up, get ready for the ride.
I'm excited.
It makes me feel great to help Al and his business. And in the end, we're all going to have a lot of fun and make a lot of money.
So Easy VIP, my
Easy
friend.
VIP. Success.
Next into the tank are Frank Campitelli and DeBray Behrensfeld, with a fitness product they believe is better than all the rest.
Hi, I'm Frank Campitelli.
Hi, I'm DeBray Behrensfeld. We are personal trainers from Medina, Ohio. We are seeking $250,000 for 10% equity in Nitroforce Industries, which is home of the lightest, strongest, safest, fastest, most versatile, most affordable home gym on the planet, the Nitroforce Titan 1000. We've come up with over 100 exercises, but there's no limit to what the imagination can make up. And right now, we just want to show you a few. Frank is doing a shoulder press, and he's going to turn around and be in a perfect position for a squat. We actually have a leg press attachment, which we have as an upsell. And now we're just going to remove the bench very quickly with just one pull pin. And this is our Nitro Shot. This weighs 2 pounds, offers 250 pounds of resistance. Our gas shocks have no weight. It's massless. That's where we get our benefit.
What I'm going to do right now is put this in a pulling position, and we can do a couple exercises that you do barbell style from the bottom.
This is an upright row, and we're going to do a shrug. My personal favorite is the deadlift. We like to say, tighten your butt, tighten your gut, tighten 1,000. Right now, we're going to change the machine into a pull-down mode and attach this the cable assembly really quick. Really quick. There we go.
Wait, are you going to show us all 100 exercises?
No, this is the last one that we're going to show you. With one arm, you can grab it, and this is very exciting. It's a bench punch. And we believe that the MMA would be extremely interested in that. They can't do anything.
30-pound punch, and that was fast.
Is this your prototype that we're looking at right here?
This is actually a manufactured piece. We have about 90 of them in our warehouse right now.
So you don't have any sales yet?
Well, we didn't really try. We've sold 26 just to clients.
At what price?
The price is $1,299.
$1,300.
Yes.
So,
That was with free shipping.
What's your cost to build?
Our cost was $259.
You valued your business at $2.5 million. You have no sales.
No.
Well,
Go
ahead.
We've had sales, but we've done no marketing. We did all our testing. There were some things that we had to change. I felt that we're, from the manufacturing, weren't going to make it. So
where's the part where it's worth $2.5 million?
The intellectual property.
And Frank, you said you had sales?
Well, yes.
How many?
26.
Because you're trainers, you're selling them to your clients, right? How much have you invested in total?
Total, money-wise, about $200,000 between the two of us, but this is 8 years going.
What's your vision with it? Is this something you're going to sell direct to consumers?
Yes.
So, as you know, 98% of all equipment sold into that market is never used more than once.
Right.
That's because the equipment usually isn't good enough for the user.
No, it's because most people are pretty lazy and don't want to put the effort in.
Actually,
your industry was born with Susan Summers and the Thigh Master. And ever since then, the model's never changed. It takes a tremendous amount of capital to do a massive launch. And, at the end of the day, you don't know until you've spent $500,000 if you're going to make it or not. I'm out.
Who do you see as your primary competition?
Every device out there.
One of the things that this thing can do that those other products that have done $1 billion can't do is penetrate the intermediate and professional and expert who are already working out.
But Frank, to sell a lot of this equipment, it's not guys like you or guys that work out. It's guys like O'Leary. You need guys that never go to the gym.
I really don't understand why this is different from everything else out there.
Resistance, our gas shocks, weights will cause damage. They also hurt your tendons and your joints. On this, you cannot hurt yourself. Okay. You don't get those injuries.
See, that's a tough sale.
It's going to cost you $2 million to educate people just to even start thinking that. I'm out.
Hey guys, the real issue is you can't come into the Shark Tank looking for a $2.5 million valuation without having a proven sales distribution model. And for that reason, I'm out.
Every time my husband goes on a business trip, I get 3 or 4 handymen to help me throw out his latest acquisition in Portugal. So I couldn't think of anyone less likely to buy into your product. I'm out.
So I always think of my wife. Would my wife buy this? I think she would find it a little intimidating. It's too industrial. It's too expensive. It's too difficult. It takes up too much space.
Why are...
And that's too many twos.
Too many twos.
I'm out.
And you're out. We just put a little statistic out there. In the history of direct response television, been 11 products do $1 billion. 4 of them are home gyms. This will be the next one.
I don't think this is the one.
Frank, thank you.
We wish you the best, guys.
Barbara, look how big that is.
Oh, my God.
That's bigger than your entire apartment.
I would kill Bill if he brought that home.
If they want to keep their money and be skeptics, that's fine. Doesn't deter me one bit.
We're just going to keep going. We're not going to give up. We've got a NitroForce in the living room, and we're going to get a NitroForce in everybody's living room.
Next up is Phil Dumas with an update to a product that hasn't been changed in 1,000 years.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Phil Dumas, and my company is Unikey Technologies. I'm looking for a $500,000 investment for a 33% equity stake. My passion is access control. I know that sounds weird, but it really is. Now, the interesting thing about this market to me is that the key really has not evolved in over 1,100 years. That's a long time. But my product, Unikey, is the revolution of the key. I'm going to incorporate your key into your mobile phone. And now, you can take this big old bulky keychain and get rid of it. It's that simple. Let me show you how it works. As long as I'm in range of the lock, I can control it. Now I simply walk out of range, and Mark, if you could do me a favor and just hang on to my phone/key for me, you can see just a regular user has no control over the lock. They can only lock it. They cannot unlock the lock again. So if somebody leaves, they can lock the lock for you.
Cool.
Now if I come back into range, you'll see I gain access again. This is me walking up. I gain access to my lock. It's that simple. Now another unique thing about Unikey is by having the key on your phone, we can send and receive keys to and from other users on a one-time, extended, and permanent use basis. So if you have a friend coming to town and gets home before you, you can send them a one-time key. If you have a maid service that comes over every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m., their key can work for just that period of time, so you can rest assured they can't get into your home at any other time. And then obviously you can send a permanent key to your spouse and your kids. But more importantly, at any time you can delete these keys. It's that simple. So with your help, your capital and experience, we can change the access control market. Thank you very much for your time. Are there any questions?
Phil, very cool. Is it a retrofit to existing keys, or do I have to buy a brand new lock, brand new handle, brand new everything?
Great question. Our technology is 2 bolts out, 2 bolts in with a new lock.
On that lock,
new lock.
what
You
is
have to buy a new
yours?
lock.
Yes, we have the technology that goes into the lock. I'm actually working with Black & Decker right now.
Can you use the regular original key on that lock if I want?
Yes. So if your phone dies or you don't have it with you, we recommend you keep a key laying around or one at your neighbor's. You can just walk up and use a standard key.
Is this patented?
We have an all-inclusive provisional patent filed, which part of the equity money that I'm raising is going to use to take that into a non-provisional status.
Is your strategy to license this technology to a manufacturer that distributes locks?
Yes, so I'm working with Black & Decker on a licensing structure. My technology, their lock, their sales, their marketing.
So what's the next step of Black & Decker?
I'm going to drop this off tomorrow, and they're presenting it at their closed-door executive meeting next week.
Phil, I have a basic question. What do you sell it for?
The goal is to get it to market at $149 to $199. And that's ultimately up to Black & Decker how they decide to price it.
What about somebody who just wants to use a key? What do they pay for a similar lock?
$30.
So the difference is $100. Should I be worried that it's such a huge premium to an ordinary lock in this economy?
Absolutely not. People are buying technology.
So Phil, I'm very interested. I'm thinking this is fantastic.
Thank you.
Why not go to Black & Decker, raise the money from them for a 1-year exclusive in the market?
They don't fund the development. They're happy to pay a royalty agreement. Now, they're not my only pony. Anything with a key, anything with a password, we can go to. We just need to further develop the technology, and they're a customer that really wants this technology, and if they don't, I'll be honest with you, we can take this to market ourselves and do very well on the internet.
In your dealings with Black & Decker, what do you assume the royalty to be?
I want to go for about a 7.5% of gross sales.
You've asked for $500,000 for a third of the business, so you're telling me it's worth $1.5 million in total.
Post money.
How did you come up with that value?
Pre-money, $1 million is very reasonable for a tech company with technology like this. I think Mark can attest to that. It's not outrageous. Post money, $1.5 million.
How much more money are you going to need to get the first one sold?
I really need $1.1 million to hit profitability. Now, the $500,000 is I'm calling round A, and then there's an extra $600,000 tranche.
Okay, well, so let's be clear. That doesn't get you to profitability. That simply gets you to end of proof of concept.
No, the 500 does. The extra 600,000 gets us to profitability.
So how are you going to use that 500,000?
Okay, the first 500 is patent protection. Then I've got engineering, so that's a couple $100,000. We've got equipment that we need. We need to buy a Bluetooth full development stack. Those cost a minimum of 50 grand. 500,000, that is the absolute minimum. I can take it from point A to point B, and there's a little bit of cushion in there, but to be honest, I'd like a little bit more.
But $500,000 is a lot of money.
Absolutely, but for a product like this...
Yeah, don't think because a lot of people think because you're sitting up here with us that's easy. That's a lot.
No, I don't think it's easy at all. I haven't raised it yet.
So agree with me on this.
Yeah.
The entire value of this concept is hinging on a deal with Black & Decker.
Absolutely not. Okay, that's one channel. Anything in access control we can go into. I'm not putting all my eggs in that one basket, but it's a great opportunity, and they're extremely interested.
So my only risk is put some money in, develop it, make sure it works.
I'm going to make sure you get your money back if I have to sell them all by myself.
How are you going to assure us we're going to get our money back?
He's a hustler.
I'm going to make it happen. I come from the private equity field. I actually have my degree in electrical engineering from University of Central Florida. Go Knights. Okay. I come from the private equity field. Literally in the private equity firm, my title was VP of MIH. I made it happen.
Oh, I love that. I like it right there.
All right. Look, I'm in great pain right now. Let me explain why, okay? You're very credible. And I love your story about making it happen. And the fact you come from the private equity world, that's all plus. On the negative side, the housing market is a disaster. Your product costs 3 times as much as the solution that goes in every door today. We've got a lot of development risk, and if Black & Decker passes, we have to market this ourselves. So there's a lot of angst.
There's not a lot of development risk. Everything I have planned out, we know what we're going to do. We're going to hit bumps in the road. We're going to solve those problems. The new home market really doesn't buy keypad locks. People put those on afterwards. So we're not directly linked to the new home market.
But there's many different types of deals in life. This is one where I love the story, but I feel the risk. But I want a piece of it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll put $100,000 down. You still have to raise $400,000 from other sharks, but I want the end deal to be for 50% of the company.
So 10%. You give them 100 grand for 10%.
Precisely. Thank you very much.
You have to raise the other 400 from us.
So at least you've got $100,000 from the bank of Tank right now. It's better than most people get, and it starts the juices flowing, my friend.
It's an offer. Thank you.
Phil, I love the fact that you love something as boring as locks. I've been in internet security for 28 years, and I love it. Nobody understands it, but I love it. It's boring to everyone else except to me.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll do. I'll give you $1 million for 75% of it. You keep 25%, but it's contingent on getting Black & Decker in.
Phil has a partial offer on the table from Kevin O'Leary, but Robert has just raised the stakes.
Here's what I'll do. I'll give you $1 million for 75% of it. You keep 25%, but it's contingent on getting Black & Decker in. Let me tell you why I need Black & Decker.
I need them too.
Proof of concept.
But it's
I
not
need them
our
to
only
prove
customer.
the market.
Absolutely. But
so $1 million.
But please understand, it's not our only customer.
Oh, no, Phil. Did I say it's our only market?
All right.
I'm saying we need somebody to step up, prove the market, so we can go sell it to other people.
And I'm very confident.
$1 million, 75%. You keep 25%.
That's a lot of equity.
Are they going to ask for exclusivity?
In the residential lock market.
What other market is there?
We
It's the
can
largest market
negotiate
there
that.
is. Yeah, but the
Computer
residential lock
access,
market is what? 80%?
bicycle locks.
So who cares? He offered you $100,000 for 10%. I mean, you got to get $500,000.
But thank you, and thank you.
Actually, mine's far less dilutive than his.
It is.
You just,
but it's still a
Phil.
lot of equity.
Phil, I have an offer, right? Okay. Because for whatever reason, since you presented this, I'm going to be annoyed every time I pull out my key from now on. But I'm going to give you half of the $500,000 for 25% of the business if you get Mark Cuban to buy the other 25%.
Thank you for your offer.
Why don't you see what Mark has to say?
I'm waiting.
So am I.
Phil, 2 words. Great presentation.
Thank you.
I want to be in this tech space really bad, but I have some exit wounds from other deals I've done. I have a partnership with great product development people. If we use my people and I have a deal with HSN, we try to go right on there.
Well, are you ready with an offer?
Yeah. 40%, $500,000.
And then there was one.
Okay, I'll make it easy.
Thank you.
I get it. So here's what I want to do. And I'm going to preface this by saying, when I make my offer, I also understand that you're going to have to raise another $600,000. So what I'm going to do is, Barbara, I love you, but...
Don't give me the but. It's not a good sign.
This isn't your wheelhouse. But Kevin's strength is in beating people up over the numbers. And I like that about Kevin.
That's why they call me Mr. Wonderful.
So Phil, what I'm willing to do is I'm going to take up Kevin on his contribution, and I'll provide $400,000. So in aggregate, it's $500,000. But assuming Kevin's willing to go along with this, we want 45% of the company.
I came in here wanting to do a deal with you, Mark. I think this is right up your alley. Would you two consider 40%?
I'll split the difference at 42.5.
Phil, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Key thing in what Mr. Cuban said, you're going to have to raise more money. In his deal and O'Leary's deal, you're already diluted. You've already gone down to 55%. What do you think is going to happen in the next round? And they're pegging the value of this business today at about $1 million. I'm giving you a higher enterprise value right off the bat, more cash, twice the money, and you're getting 25%.
All right, would you be willing to come down on your equity? I mean, you're at 75% equity. That's a massive number. I understand. I avoid 2 rounds almost.
Phil, you can't do that.
My point
deal.
to you
You'll
is
be
when you
wiped
go
out
to the
by
next
time second
round
hits.
Well, he's offering $1 million.
Yeah, but the point is, you may need more than $1 million. We don't know what's going to happen.
You know from your background in tech, it's not about 2%, 5%, right? It's about the assistance you're going to get and the opportunity in front of you.
I completely understand
right? So that's what it is. And giving up more equity, that's why you're fighting for the equity, right? Look.
40%, we have a deal.
Then how are you going to protect me in the next round?
40%, and I'll give you 2 seats on the board, so you have control over the board of directors, so it's a balance of power.
What do you think, Kev?
That's a fair guy.
With 2 seats, you have 2 directors now?
No, I'm the only board of directors. So you guys have control of the board, I have control of the stock. It's a balance of power.
Kevin?
I'm in.
I'm in as well. You have a deal. Done and done. That's how we roll.
He took the right.
It's the wrong deal.
It's the right deal.
Do not negotiate Black & Decker without me there.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your offer. Thank you so much.
Nice job
Thank
here
you.
today.
I really appreciate your offer as well.
I like that.
It was a great deal for him.
What did he call himself? A problem solver. And he had a problem right in front of me, and he came up with a solution like that.
But Mark, I am annoyed. You couldn't have gotten rid of me in a more gracious manner.
Barbara, you're right in on a broom. You got to leave on a
This
broom.
guy? Oh, God.
It was unbelievable to get an offer from all the sharks and get them fighting, but I feel like I got the best. I've got the 2 billionaires backing me.
Sunday, June 3rd on ABC. Be inspired. Be transformed.
Do it for your boys. Do it for you.
And believe the impossible.
Go.
It's an all-new season of Secret Millionaire.
I have a check for
$150,000. And the return of Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition.
And what are you going to do?
Stay here and fight for my life.
2 shows that make miracles and change lives.
I am speechless.
Sunday, June 3rd, starting at 8/7 Central on ABC. You won't believe what our hidden cameras catch. An all-new What Would You Do starts now.